In 2011, I played my guitar for 48 hours. Held the event at Fred Eaglesmith's Hobo store in Port Dover. And we started on a Friday and continued on to the 48 hours were up, maybe even a little more than 48 hours. Raised enough money to send, I believe, 3 families to camp. I learned a lot at that time. I didn't realize that Camp Trillium was entirely privately funded, so I felt that it was a good cause to raise the money for, and as heartbreaking as it is, that there's a need to raise money for such a thing. The following year, I played for 50 hours, upped the ante a little bit, and I had some good support from a lot of musicians in Ontario. I had some good support from people around the world spreading the word. Nico Case, Roseanne Cash, they were all helping me spread the word. Jan Arden was another one who helped, just through Twitter and that sort of thing. Of course, Fred Eaglesmith was great, and his staff were great in helping spread the word. I didn't do it the next year. I'd suffered some nerve damage from the 48-hour Guitar-a-thon, as it was dubbed. I lost some feeling in my hand. It took a good year to come back, and it's still not all there. I lost feeling, and I've still got limited feeling in this hand. And I swore I wouldn't do it again. I'm an old guy now, and staying up for 50 hours is not as fun or as easy as it was when I was a young man. But after what Annaleise has done, the thoughts of me sitting in a relatively comfortable chair doing what I would be doing if I was sitting at home anyway, was my love of playing guitar. That as an obstacle or as a challenge compared with Annaleise crossing the lake, which to this day I just can't fathom how anybody can do that. It seemed like a good time for me to try again and see what I could do to help. Unbeknownst to Annaleise, her message of "we can all do something" was my message prior. The reason I did these Guitar-a-thons in the first place was that I'm not someone who can go and run a marathon or swim a lake. There's a lot of things that I can't do, but there's some things I can do, and that was my message to people, was that there's something that we all have that we can all do. We don't have to do what others have done before us. We all have unique gifts, each and every one of us, and that we can tap into for the greater good. So when Annaleise goes in the water, as soon as she hits the water, I'll get word that it has begun, at which point I'll start playing. Tentatively, it looks like we'll be set up on the beach in Port Dover on a trailer with a stage setup, and I'll start playing. I've already put the word out across Ontario through my touring, and I've got quite a bit of interest in some really great Canadian musicians who will be coming out to play with me and support me. So I'll start, and barring calls of nature, I'll be playing all the way through. I'll be taking stops for just to check my hands and short, very brief rest periods. It's not a concert per se. I'm not going to be performing songs, although I will to some extent, but the idea is to keep playing, not stop playing. I'll tell you one thing, the last few times I did it, my hands, my fingers looked like they had marshmallows on the end of them. Because if you don't know, when you play the guitar, you get blisters, even if you already have blisters. And they're big and they're huge. after 48 or 50 hours. I understand this swim could take, depending on the current, it could take 40 hours. So prepared to do the long haul thing. There'll be this going on the beach. There'll be people around having a good time listening to the music, and I'll have some kind of receptacle to accept donations. So what I'm hoping is that those who come to see this spectacle and wait for Annaleise to come to make her way to the beach and drop some of their hard-earned money in to help the kids and the families that are stricken with cancer, and help them find a bit of peace as much as they can through these donations.